A very good morning, everyone. In the last class, in chapter 2 of political science, we had a discussion on what was federalism, and we had a discussion what are the main features of federalism. In this class, we will discuss about what is the difference between a federal and unitary form of government. Next, we will discuss about the types of federation, that is coming together federation and holding together federation. Then after that, we will discuss about that what makes India a federal country. So these three topics we are going to discuss today. So let us have a look into the three topics. We will start with the two types of government: unitary form of government and federal form of government. Now, what is unitary form of government? In unitary government, there is only one level of government, maybe the central government, and the central government can pass order to the provincial and local governments. And the other governments, means the subunits, are subordinate to the central government. So, these are the three features of the unitary form of government. Now, what about the federal government? In a federal form of government, state governments, they have power of their own. They are not answerable to the central government. Okay? And central government cannot order the state governments. So these are the three basic differences between the unitary and federal form of government. Now the next topic we will discuss is the coming together federation and holding together federation. What is the difference between coming together federation and holding together federation? Now, what is a coming together federation? In a coming together federation, independent states, they come together to form a larger unit. So, here the states come forward to form a larger unit, and three examples of the countries which are having this type of federation, you can remember in brief as USA, U for USA, S for Switzerland, and A for Australia. And in this type of federation, all states have equal power. Okay. Now let us come to the holding together type of federation. In this federation, a large country divides its power between the state and the nation. Okay, the national government. So, in holding together federation, the country divides power between the central government and state government. And the examples you can remember as BSI, B for Belgium, S for Spain, and I for India. The central government is more powerful in this form of government. So these 3 points are the basic differences between the coming together and holding together federation. So, we are going to discuss about what makes India a federal country. So, we will discuss the features that make India a federal country. The first feature we are going to discuss is the list system. Before discussing list system, there is a statement in page number 16, and the statement is the constitution clearly provided a threefold distribution of legislative powers between the Indian Federation. Sometimes the students fail to understand the meaning. So this is a clear indication of mentioning list system. So you have to write under it the list system. So we will discuss about the list system. Look at here the list system. We have three lists: union list, state list, and concurrent list. In class 8 also you had a discussion about list system. It is very easy to remember. Union list consists of the subjects of national importance. कुछ subjects आप उसमें mention कर सकते हो. Defense, banking, currency. So all this comes under the union list, and who makes law in it? The union government. Now state list. The subjects of state and local importance, they come under state list. Some of the subjects of the state which comes under state list are, you can write about police, you can write about agriculture. So all these trade and commerce, they comes under the state list. Now there are some subjects which are important in both the levels. So they come under concurrent list. Look at subjects of common interest, they come under concurrent list, like education, marriage, divorce, adoption, succession, all this comes under concurrent list. And here both the central government and state government make rule on them, and in case of conflict between the central and state government on a particular issue, then the view of the opinion of the central government prevails on that particular issue. Okay, so that is about the three list. Now, when our constitution was made, our constitution makers, they were aware that there may be some subjects in future which may not be mentioned, which has not been mentioned. So they kept a scope also for those subjects, and those subjects are known as the residuary subjects. Residuary subjects, so they who will make law under it, the union government has the power to make law. And in the subjects of in the residuary subjects, which subjects are there in a residuary list, कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स इसमें होगा, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इंटरनेट, ईमेल, कंप्यूटर, ये सारे जब हमारी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बना था 1950 में एडॉप्ट हुआ था, सो दिस सब्जेक्ट्स वर नॉट देयर, सो दिस सब्जेक्ट्स आर अंडर residuary subjects. Okay, so this is the total list system, and there can be 5 mark question on list system. Now next next feature which makes India a federal country is that all states do not have identical powers. All states in Indian Federation do not have identical powers. For this, you have heard the recent example, you have seen special status of the state of Jammu and Kashmir have been revoked by the government of India. बट आपकी बुक में ये नहीं मेंशन है, बुक में मेंशन है दैट जम्मू एंड कश्मीर हैज बीन गिवन ए स्पेशल स्टेटस. और जिस स्टेट्स को स्पेशल स्टेटस मिलता है, क्या फैसिलिटीज मिलता है, तो वो भी थोड़ा आपको पता होना चाहिए. दो इट इज नॉट मेंशन्ड इन द बुक, बट यू शुड हैव द लेटेस्ट इंफॉर्मेशन. सो अंडर दैट पर्टिकुलर क्लॉज, what rules were there? Any person who is living in India, he could not reside in Jammu and Kashmir without the permission of the state government, but that has been revoked recently. Okay, now the next feature we will discuss is that besides states there are union territories. When states were made, then union territories were made, but on what basis union territories were made? So there were very few areas which were smaller in area, so they could not be made as states, so they were made union territory, and the union government has the power to make law on them. Then again there is one more feature, that we have a parliamentary form of government. So what is the importance of parliamentary form of government? Any change in the existing rules cannot be made by one house. It is to be passed by both the houses. It is to be passed through amendments. And you have discussed in class 8 about the 3 procedures of amendment. That simple majority, special majority, and special majority with rectification. It means whatever changes are to be brought in the constitution, they are to be brought by passing in both the houses of parliament. Okay. Now the last feature which makes India a federal country is a strong judiciary system. India has an integrated judiciary system. Now what is that integrated judiciary system? You had a special chapter in class 8 called judiciary, so that you will write in brief that India has an integrated judiciary system in which the Supreme Court is the highest court or the apex court of justice. Under it, high courts are there, under high courts, subordinate courts are there. So this is how, so the courts interpret the law, decide the cases between people and people, between people and government, between government and government. So these are the features which make India a federal country. So this is all for today. Thank you all. I am attaching a small slide for your reference, because some of you have told that you could not take screenshot. So definitely I will attach this slide so that you can take a screenshot at last. Thank you.